What's up, guys? JP here once again, and I'm going to be bringing you guys another review today. This time the film is 1995's Village of the Damned. It was directed by John Carpenter, and it is a remake. I have not seen the original. The tagline in this film is "Beware the Children," and the film picks up, and you kind of just are meeting all the characters, and it's cutting from different characters. And in the opening, there's kind of you know, almost like an eerie feel. The way that the film's shot and the noises, there's like some whispering and like the wind is like whooshing around and stuff, and it kind of gives it a eerie feel. At least I think that's what John Carpenter was going for. It may not have been done to the best of his ability, but that's what it was going for. And then you follow the characters around a bit. You know, a little bit of character development. And I don't know what's going on, but there's some kind of I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or I didn't really see what it was, but there was a bunch of people in the town, and they were all meeting at like for some kind of party or something like that. I can't really remember. Um, then all of a sudden, everybody just drops to the ground, and it's just really weird. You know, everybody's just laying on the ground all at once, and turns out like there's a section of the town where if you cross into the town or around where the town is, you just pass out. And at first I thought that all the people was dead or something, but um, shortly after that, everybody came back up. And nobody knew what the heck was going on, and I liked that about the film. It started off really good, you know. It was really weird. Everybody just um, fell down, and it was kind of cool. I was like, all right, where's this going? It seems kind of neat. Good idea to start a movie with. And then what happens is 10 women are pregnant all of a sudden, and word gets around it. It's weird that all the women were pregnant right around that time where everybody fell down or passed out or fainted or whatever. And it even, they mentioned that one of the girls was supposedly even a virgin, so that brings the craziness up a notch. It's like, whoa, like, what's going on here? um, and then all the women have their children on the same day, pretty much at the same time. And what you have is you have these kind of white-haired, um, weird kids that are all kind of walk in a group together, and they're really almost like they're born from the same family. It seems like they're all siblings. And I guess I'll kind of leave it off on there. The rest of the movie is, these kids acting crazy and strange, and people are dying and stuff. And yeah, so that's basically the plot. Now, what I felt about the movie, I thought that it opened up kind of strong. I was kind of liking where it was going. Um, but I also think that this film relies heavily on you being scared or creeped out by the kids. And when they were babies, they kind of were a little bit creepy to me. And it was just weird. What happens is they can kind of control people with their thoughts. They can kind of read people's minds and stuff. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler. And they basically can control people and have power over the whole town. And the whole town gets kind of freaked out about it, and they're wondering what to do. And even the government or whatever steps in to do research on these kids and stuff. But I just think it kind of felt really disappointing. It started out kind of strong, and you expect, greatness from John Carpenter. I did go into this movie with not thinking that it was going to be the greatest, because have heard about this movie for, a while, and I've not really heard much good things. I've heard more good things about the original film, which I have not seen. This is the remake. Um, and it came off kind of just disappointing in the end. And not much happens besides the kids, just their eyes start glowing, and they stare at people, and then they kind of control them, and it relies heavily on you being scared of the kids. And if you're not, they just come off a little bit cheesy. I know I laughed a few times when they would get their crazy stares. It just came off like funny and not scary. They were a bit more scarier when they like wasn't talking, when they was still like babies or whatever. You know, like 2 or 3 years old or whatever. But once they're like 8 or 9, they're just not as scary, and I think that really hurts it. Um, for deaths, you know, the deaths really aren't so great. There was one scene involving someone being burned, which I thought was pretty good, and that's right when the kids were still young, so it was kind of creepy. And I'd say right after that point, it starts going downhill a bit, and it's just not. There's really nothing there to really you know, like really get you in any kind of you know, scared or, you know, creeped out or even really entertained. Um, I will say that the effects that they do with the glowing eyes and the all that stuff were pretty good. For like 95 effects, they're, you know, pretty up there with some of the stuff that I've seen. You know, for the simple, what they did was kind of simple, but it was still, you know, looked really good. I just didn't really get into it a whole lot after that part that I mentioned where somebody gets burned. Actually, there is a scene earlier on where somebody also is burned. When everybody falls down or faints or whatever, somebody fell onto a grill, and they just showed it for a split second, and that I thought, I was like, oh, that's cool. That this movie's gonna have some pretty cool deaths or something, or some gruesome stuff maybe, but not really. There's nothing really here. And overall, I just felt disappointed with it. It's not a terrible movie. It's probably I think that's kind of bad. But I can see some people who, you know, aren't looking for a whole lot of, you know, cool deaths or, you know, awesome gory stuff, and it's not really too much scary. It's kind of a sci-fi-ish movie. I could see certain people enjoying this. It just really wasn't for me. I was kind of bored with it by the time it ended, and it really didn't go anywhere where it really surprised me. It was just kind of, I wasn't really too impressed with the ending or anything. So I'd probably rate this movie a 2.5. Um, it could possibly get a 3 if, you know, if it wasn't me watching it, if that makes any sense. I can see some, like, a member of my family, one of my cousins would probably like this movie, and it's just not for me. So yeah, that's my review on Village of the Damned, guys. See you guys later.